Welcome back to part two. If you missed part one of this cleaning extravaganza whole house reset, definitely go check that out first and then come right back here. We are starting in my office, and as you can see, I was editing a video before I decided to start cleaning. I'm looking at this and looking at my overalls and short sleeve shirt, and I'm just longing for it. This was only 2 days ago that I filmed this, but it is dreary and rainy, and I am in long sleeves and pants again. That's what it's like here in the spring in Colorado. So hopefully soon I'll be getting back into summer type weather. That'll be fantastic. So anyways, I am just continuing on. I'm, getting closer and closer. Oh, hi, Lola. So Lola is coming over right now, and I wanted to give you guys a little update on Lola. So great segue, Lola. We took her to the vet, and the vet said that all she really needed, what they believe, is just a probiotic and an antibiotic. And so we have that starting, and I think that her stomach has been feeling a little bit better because I didn't notice her having a tummy ache yesterday at all. Ooh, well, maybe not. Gross. She might still have a little bit of the issue. So I'll have to check on that. Maybe she'll need another bath, but I think she's doing a little bit better. She's at least not doing as bad as she was. They said give her a week, and if she is not better within the week of the antibiotic and probiotic, then to bring her back in. So hopefully everything is good. Didn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just annoying for her and annoying for us because it's a messy problem to have. So this day I was so productive, which is fantastic, and I just love when I'm productive. So if you've been around a minute, you know that I've been feeling not myself for the last year because of health problems, and I'm still struggling a little bit, but I figured out how to get around most of it to make myself feel better, like what things to avoid. So I've definitely realized that there's some foods that I can avoid and some different lifestyle choices that I can avoid. And so, well, it's mainly foods. It's basically if I avoid fast food and I avoid like soy type of things and maybe even certain beef sticks, because I had a beef stick yesterday and it kind of made my eye be a little bit weird, so I'm wondering. It was definitely not a healthy kind of beef stick. It was more like a flavorful, junky one, and so that definitely makes sense. And then chocolate. So if I avoid those four things, I've noticed I feel quite a bit better. And being able to get so much done is so refreshing. Waking up and having energy. I mean, right now it is 8 o'clock on a Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up and had energy to get things done, which is great. I feel like my brain is on straight, and it is just fantastic. It's, the little things in life that you take for granted when you don't have it. So if you notice there, the water is draining really slowly, and I noticed it a few days ago, so I decided to go under the sink and release the drain plug just to see if there was anything stuck in that portion that I could take out. And there was just a little bit, but that little tiny bit of hair that came out seemed to do the trick, and now it's draining just fine. And look at little Milo down there watching. He's like, "What are you doing with the sink?" And so now I'm just putting that drain plug back in, and there's a few things down under the sink that you need to do that. So there's like a twist knob that twists, I don't know, the horizontal bar that goes through the plug. And then there's also the part that attaches it to the lifter behind the faucet. So I had to do both of those, which, lucky for me, I knew how to do it because just a few weeks ago that happened to my upstairs drain, and I figured out how to do it there. So I have moved on to sweeping, and on this day I'm going to sweep and mop the old-fashioned way. I use my sweeper mopper in one quite often. Well, not quite often. That one right there. I use it a lot. I absolutely love it. But I was doing this area, which is the bathroom and then the litter box area. And with the cat having been a little bit sick, I figured I did not want to clean out the automatic one and it wouldn't do as good of a job. So I decided to just do it the old-fashioned way and sweep all the litter and all the hair and toilet paper bits and such in the bathroom. And little by little, we are getting the house clean. There's poor Loli. That day that I filmed this, she was running in and out of the dang bathroom all day long. It was so sad. But we are now cleaning. Now, if you're wondering why I keep saying litter boxes, the cabinets to the left, those are IKEA Brimes cabinets. That's where I have the litter boxes. They're inside of there. And so I just cut a hole in the side and then put the litter boxes inside after adding some waterproofing. So we are continuing on with this cleaning day, and I I already said it, you guys. I'm so excited that I've been feeling so great. Now, this here is like my quick way of sweeping the kitchen. I just was doing a little bit of a touch up. I wasn't doing like a for real, we're sweeping the kitchen. I just wanted to get all of, ow, that was my, I just hit my elbow. I wanted to get all the crumbs off the floor just in the main kitchen area because that's where we typically have the most mess because that's where I cook. So that's all I was doing here. I did not mop in here or anything like that. This worked out just fine, and sometimes that's all you need is just a little bit of a sweep. Now I'm all distracted because of hitting my elbow. Now you'll notice behind me is a slicer. Now that is a meat/bread slicer that my husband got me for my birthday. I mentioned it in my last video, but I've decided what I think the first thing that I want to cut on it is. I found a recipe online for banana nut bagels, which is a very interesting concept. And so I would really like to try to do banana nut bagels versus banana bread and see what's better. And I don't know if I'll put the nuts in the bread. I'm not the biggest fan of nuts in banana bread, but I'm curious on that. So I think that's going to be my first thing that I'm going to try. I haven't made them yet, but I'm kind of excited about it. I'm like, this is different. Now look at Milo's little head going back and forth. Isn't that cute? And you might be wondering, why am I mopping the bathroom first? Because you want to go from cleanest to dirtiest. Well, in this situation, that bathroom is actually cleaner than this area. Maybe not the area I'm in right this second, but this is in the middle, and you always have to mop your way out of the area that you're in. But the area by the litter boxes right here, this whole area is way more dirty and gross than our human bathroom. And so I left the kitten bathroom for last, and I'm working my way towards the litter boxes because the closer you get to the litter boxes, the messier it is. And I wanted to leave all of the messy that I could right over by the litter boxes. And so this is exactly why I wanted to use this kind of a mop, because then, oh, hi Milo. Oh, hello. Are you adding some commentary? Oh, there he is in there. Did you see that? Look, slow-mo. That was hilarious timing that he just came and said hi as I'm filming over. But oh my gosh, poor Milo. The first time he walked by super slow, but then that time I think he just forgot and just went a little too fast and crashed and burned. But I wanted to use this kind of a mop here because I could really scrub off any areas that were gross on the floor. And do you see his little bow tie? His bow tie kind of looks like a bow right now because it's on the top, but it has avocados on it. And it matches his eyes. But I wanted to be able to scrub. Like right there was a spot that I really needed to scrub. And I wanted to be able to just take the mop head off and then just throw it through the wash. And that's all I had to do for cleanup. Whereas if I were to use the like mop vacuum in one, that's a ton of cleanup. And it always smells so bad after doing the litter box area, and it takes a long time to clean up. So I definitely wanted to avoid that, which is what I did, and that turned out fantastic. It worked out really well and was super quick and easy. Now we are on to vacuuming, and Milo is like, what is going on? This has been happening a lot more often than it used to happen. You heard in my last video, I've been told I'm allergic to my cat, so I'm trying to keep the cat hair, and I'm allergic to dust, but these are both small allergies, just barely. So I'm trying to keep all this stuff out of my house. But one thing that I've noticed is when I vacuum, I stir it all up. And so I don't know if it's helping or hurting that I'm vacuuming all the time because I'm basically just stirring it up more. I don't know. But we'll see if it helps. I'll do it for a little while. The last time I vacuumed this floor, I didn't film it, but I put that like Arm & Hammer shaky powder on it, like baking soda. But it was baking soda with a fragrance. And I hadn't ever used that brand before. I had used like other cheapy brands from the dollar store before, not in this house, but in my last house, and they always turned out fantastic. But that one I put it on, and oh my gosh, the smell was so strong. So if you buy that one, do it sparingly. Like I used the whole box between all my downstairs carpets, which is the office and this room, which on the other kinds that would have been the right quantity, but it was so strong and it lingered for like 5-6 days. So it was way too much. I mean, the house smelled clean, but it was like, holy camole, what did you do? And so this time I'm actually vacuuming. This is the second time I'm vacuuming since then, and I did pull a little bit more of it out of the carpet, I think. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that there was some that like lingered in there because the smell was still there. So like that had to, right? So I'm also thinking, I think we might need to be cleaning our carpet soon. Our carpet is only 2 years old downstairs. I think I replaced the downstairs carpet 2 years ago. Did not replace the upstairs carpet, but I did replace the carpet on the stairs and the carpet going to the downstairs. We didn't even have carpet, so that wasn't replaced. It was just put in. But I think it might be about time to clean this because we've had some sick kitties this year, and mostly not sick like because of tummy aches like right now, but we've been taking them outside a little bit more just to sniff in the backyard, and they end up eating the grass, and then they throw it up. And then, I tell them, if you eat the grass, you're going to throw it up. And they don't listen. But of course they don't. They're cats, right? So we've moved on to upstairs. And I was already upstairs earlier in the day, I believe. What was I doing upstairs? Did I go upstairs earlier? I think I vacuumed upstairs earlier. Yeah, because my husband was still there when I was vacuuming. So I vacuumed upstairs earlier. The reason I'm going all around, up and down and everything is because, well, the vacuum happened to be upstairs when I went upstairs earlier. So I figured let's just vacuum upstairs while I'm upstairs, and then I'll go downstairs and vacuum downstairs, and then I'll put the vacuum. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Is that so funny? I just love that. I thought that was the cutest thing, him leaning up on me. But then I figured I'd just leave the vacuum downstairs when I was done. We used to have a vacuum downstairs and one upstairs, but the one that was downstairs broke, or the one that was upstairs broke. I think the one that was downstairs broke, and I haven't replaced it. I figured I can bring it up and down the stairs. I might replace it at some point, but for now I'm just going up and down the stairs. And what I would love is if they would come up with a cordless vacuum that is powerful like a regular vacuum. So I have like the cordless regular like vac that they make. I also have that cordless vacuum mop, but those are like subpar when it comes to vacuuming. They do great for like solid surfaces, but when it comes to like a rug, you need a heavy duty vacuum. And I don't know why. I mean, I can't find it. If you guys can find it, let me know. But I just can't seem to find a cordless vacuum that runs off of a battery that's super powerful. And it kind of boggles me a bit because we have cordless lawnmowers and weed eaters and edgers and all of those type of things. And so if we have cordless of those like high-powered machines, why don't we have a cordless high-powered vacuum? Anyways, if I was an inventor, I would do that. But I am not. That is not my expertise. I like to cook and bake and garden, not invent things. But hopefully one day somebody will do that. It just seems like it would make sense. So we are moving right along here. I was a little bit lazy on this day and only cleaned half of the counter off, but that's okay. Sometimes you do what you gotta do. And I was getting a little bit over it at this point because I had been cleaning now for about 3 hours, and I'm like, all right, I think I'm done, but there's a few things that I really just wanted to tackle off the list still. So I was like, all right, we can power through these few things that I want to tackle off the list, and then we can be done and rest for a while and then do the fun things that I wanted to do in the afternoon. And so the fun things that I wanted to do is I got to plant out in the garden for the first time of the year, and I got to do just a little bit of garden work. I also made some zucchini bread, which I put too much zucchini in, which is such a bummer because I'm not the biggest fan of the zucchini flavor, and having it be a little overpowering in the bread was a little bit sad, but we'll survive. It was still good. Plus, I'm thinking of making that banana bread, and so I'll have the zucchini bread and the banana bread around, and so that'll work out just well. So, let's see. Oh, here's my Loli. She was wanting to drink water a lot, which makes sense because when you are a little sick to your tummy, you get a little bit dehydrated. But look how cute. She's like, let me have a drink. She's like, is the water there? It is. Okay, good. Cutie. I could just watch the kitty cats forever. So I am now cleaning the mirror with my favorite mirror cleaner. Now, this stuff is strong. So if you are wanting something that is not strong, don't choose this. But I really love the application of like foamy. It doesn't run right off the mirror like a regular spray would. It's the, I think, Sprayway, what is that called? I don't know. It's a Sprayway foam or something like that. World's Best Cleaner, did it call it that? I feel like it called itself that. I love that stuff. It smells, but it works very well, and it stays where you want it, and it is my favorite. Oh, there we go. Sprayway glass cleaner. Oh, what's that say? World's Best? I can't tell. but I think that's what the light blue words are. Now, on my vanity, you'll see all those black specks. You guys, this is like an ongoing problem for me. I have eyeliner that like breaks off. I don't know why, but it does. And then it causes a huge mess. And then I don't necessarily pick up the pieces every single time they fall off, because then it gets my hand dirty and it just takes time. And when I'm doing my makeup, a lot of times I'm trying to like get going. And so I am trying to clean all of the black eyeliner. And I think a little bit of like mascara that gets crusty on the edge gets down here. But this is like a constant thing. But this day I decided to try something different. I always struggle getting it off of the vanity, but I was like, all right, let's just do like a quick wipe down to get all of the big pieces, and then let's try the magic eraser, which I think I'd used in the past and I wasn't too impressed with it on this application, but I used it this day and it worked fantastically. Now I did get it damp before I started, but the area that worked the best was when it was most damp, and then as soon as it started drying out a little bit, it was a little harder to work with, but I didn't want to get up and get it wet again. So it actually worked pretty good and it was pretty fast. So that's what I'm going to be using from here on out. And then look, we are back where we started. We are in the kitchen. This is the load of dishes that we loaded up while we were cleaning, and my dishwasher takes forever. It takes a couple of hours to clean, and then these are still hot dishes. So it was that long of cleaning. But the dishes are now getting unloaded, and I'm just like, all right, the end is near, right? If we're back to where we started, we have to be getting close to being done. Like, just keep pushing through, and we will get this house back into shape. And then we can do all of the fun things after resting and eating lunch and, all those good things. So my last thought before I wrap this up is I'm looking at the dishwasher and I'm wondering, do you guys have a preferred way of filling the dishwasher, like where certain things go? It's definitely interesting in our household because I seem to have a specific way, and then my husband just puts things wherever they will fit. And so it's kind of funny that I'm always like trying to put things exactly in the same spot as the time before. So wondering, do you do that as well? Oh my goodness, it is now 10:30. I started around 7 or so. It's been 3.5 hours or so of cleaning, which for how much I got done, that's fantastic, because when I deep cleaned the kitchen, it took 4 hours. So 3.5 hours to get a lot of the areas done. I mean, I could keep cleaning. No, I'm exhausted, but like there is still more stuff that could be cleaned. But I feel good about that. That was a good just reset, not deep clean. And so, anyways, if you want to see more cleaning videos, I will have 2 popped up on the end screen. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't yet, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.